Yo everybody, what's up? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome to Home Gym Gains. Thank you again for watching my videos and coming back to the channel. Appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, help the channel out. This is probably the last video I'll upload before Christmas, so I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's see some gains happening. 2026. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So in today's video, this is a tier list of my most used gym equipment. So I'm ranking it from the best to the worst. I'll explain it in a bit. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with tier lists by now, and I thought it would be fun to do something like this. I saw the Bar Gym Reviews. He made another tier list, so I will link that in the description, of course. It's always fun to get some new perspective. But anyway, before I start, let me just tell you what I don't like when I see tier list videos. Number one, they don't really say the criteria for their tier list. Yes, S rank means the highest, and D being the lowest. That's self-explanatory, but there's more context to it. I feel like every tier list is just their own perspective. It's highly opinion related type of content. So just keep that in mind when you're watching somebody's videos. It's not always going to align with your beliefs, especially if at a certain point that person is doing a specific type of sport, a lift, or a type of muscle building style. It's not always going to be the same. For example, powerlifting standards, bodybuilding standards, or just health. So I think it's always important to set the parameters, explain your tier list properly, right? What else? Yeah, so that's number one. I forgot what's number two, but hopefully come back to me. We're just doing this. Yeah, as we're just doing this video as we go. I'm not gonna edit anything. So let me just explain my own tier list. As you can see at the very top, we have the S tier. The S tier being you couldn't pay me. So basically, obviously it says there, you can pay me to get rid of this machine, this equipment, and it's mostly something that I value for my own personal goal. That goal being hypertrophy, muscle building. I know I want it to be like a health related type of tier list, but honestly, even though I run a little bit and I did participate in some marathons back in the day. I just ran a 10-kilometer race the other day. But we're going to strictly keep this in a bodybuilding perspective. Yeah, so that's S tier. Below that, in A tier, we're going to name it daily drivers. Also, pretty self-explanatory. These are the equipments that I use the most in a week. And it's something that I truly enjoy as well. And it's also helping me build as much muscle, or it helped me build the muscle that I want in the past. So that's that. First to rotate is our B tier. So just means it's not really like rotation lifts weekly. It could be something like it's a first to switch out. Let's say barbells versus dumbbells, landmine row versus dumbbell row, something like that. It's just a substitute option. It could be the first to be in the chopping board. What am I saying? Chopping board. It's very close to the chopping block. It's gonna be the first thought that I would have whenever I want a new equipment. I would look into the B tier level equipments. Below that, for C tier, I'm still using it. No, we all tell ourselves I'm still using this. Even our friends, our wives, they constantly ask us, do you still use that? We're gonna respond, I'm still using it. And even though, if we're honest with ourselves, come on, we're not using it. Maybe yes. Maybe next month you're telling yourself you will use it more, but you're not really gonna use it. And the last being hiding from wife. All right, so this is not super specific at all. This is not from a personal story, I'm telling you. But yeah, just to keep it simple, This is a tier list that is almost like being listed in the Facebook Marketplace. And if you see your wife, you better hope she not see this because you don't use it ever. It's like sitting there dusty for a year. Yeah, that being said, I think I covered everything. We have almost every equipment that I use right here below. I don't remember some of the things I use, of course, but the fact that I remember all of these equipments, that means they're my most used. Anyway, that being said, let's jump right through the tier list. Number 1, we got the nuobell adjustable dumbbells. Excuse me. Gotta get the protein shake first. Very versatile piece of equipment. They are one of my most used equipment for sure. Back in 2022, they're the first piece that I got as an investment for myself. I bought it in a single unit first without the stand. I don't know why I did that, because most of the things you want to do is bilateral. So I was stuck with just doing one arm movements. That was dumb. Anyway, it was the peak of the pandemic. It was an amazing tool because it saved so much space. As you guys know, I'm in Japan, so the space is very limited and you can't really fit a big rack, a dumbbell rack in here, as well as you have to protect the wooden floors. So the things that I love about it is very easy to adjust. You twist it like a motorcycle. There are things that I don't like, of course, and there are things that people say against the nuobells, but I think they're just being nitpicky, to be honest. One of those is that it's very fragile, and I would argue it's not, because I've been using this every single week, every month, every year since 2022. And 3 years after, it's still okay. Of course, it has some squeaks. The sounds, it's not gonna be the same. I'm sure rust inside some parts are slowly starting to, be bad. I have no idea because I didn't open it. It's already over the warranty. I'm not even sure about the warranty, but it's still intact. I'm telling you, it's still good. And the fact that it's cageless, I hate dumbbells when it's inside a cage, like a power block or the Rep X Pepin. No matter how durable that is, it's just unappealing to me because it doesn't look like a dumbbell, and some certain movements you can't really perform. It's hard to put a lifting strap on because of the cage. So this one is as close to a real fixed dumbbell that you can get. There are like a couple of other companies out there, but I also factor in it cannot be obtained in Japan. I'm not gonna list it here. So this is one of the most common equipment that you will see that you can buy in Japan. So yeah, these are going straight into S tier. Oh, you couldn't pay me to switch them unless you give me another pair or you give me the new ones, the S100, I believe, that goes to 100 pounds. And before I forget, my pair of nuobells goes up to 36 kilograms each. All right, I'm happy with that. Number 2, oh, we're going in hot. We're coming in like straight into good pieces. We have the Ancore Pro right here. So the Ancore Pro is a very new piece of equipment from Ancore. I got it last year or this year. I think just this year. And so far I've been liking it a lot. I've been using it with so many movements, so many. Bodybuilding work, plyometric, some explosive work for sports specific ones. I have a lot of videos with Ancore just because I enjoy the actual unit. I'm not paid to release any videos, and I don't get paid commission because, to be honest with you, who uses affiliate links nowadays? Even though you you did your best with the review, at the end maybe they won't use the affiliate link. I digress. It's okay, we're getting off topic. So the Ancore Pro is a staple in my weekly routine, especially now that I'm going through an injury on my shoulder. It's a subscap, maybe a tear, minor tear, or a tendinopathy, something like that, or inflammation. But anyway, the fact that it's very portable, I could still do rehab whenever I'm outside. I go to an Airbnb, I travel with the family. I can still, have peace of mind because I'm able to do my rehab work and also get that pump in, for the arms. It's very versatile. I would suggest more equipment, not equipment, more accessories for them in 2026. So let's see what they bring. I think the Anchor X, the newest unit, is too big for my liking. I like this one. This is a sweet spot of very durable machine and very comfortable, very portable, and very essential. I also help my father-in-law with his exercises. He's very old, but it's still good enough for his joints. So yeah. I still have to bump this down to A tier, my daily drivers, because the fact is I just got it very recently and I was able to build my entire, physique with just what I have. I could say you need the dumbbells for that, but I can't really say you need the anchor cable system to build your muscle from the beginning as a foundation. I won't say it's the essentials because that'll be a lie. Yeah, but daily drivers for sure. I'm happy with that. All right, what's up next? Let's go with, we're going ritfit next. Shout out to ritfit, guys. Ritfit Japan has been very nice to me this year. They gave me a lot of pieces to review for free, and I reciprocate that by, being, we say genki in Japanese, but that's just, you're the opposite of being lazy and being depressed, and you could use it for anything. So I was genki in a way, like excited to put a lot of videos with ritfit because it is a nice budget option and very durable still. So it's like it has a premium feel to it. So first up, we have the Aura Spin weight plates, the pink ones. I believe this will be released as well in the States. I don't know if it's already there. It's just a unique shaped urethane dumbbell. You can see there's 3 holes in there so that you can grip it easily. There's also a unique curve. So if you have long nails, if you're a female that wants to get into lifting and you're scared of ruining your nails, don't worry, this one will do you right because you could slide that finger down. It was really easy and I have a video about that. You can check it on my channel. Yeah, I would say I get this plate more than the others just because of how easy it is to grab it. I do it with one hand even though it's like 10 kilograms. It feels less just because of the ergonomic shape. Yeah. So where do we put this one? It's just a plate though, meaning I could use other plates and it wouldn't really bother me. Are they my daily drivers? Maybe. Are they good for building muscle? You need it to pair with something. You gotta pair it with a dumbbell shaft or a barbell. You could do only plate work, flies, raises, some presses, some rows with just a plate, but you're very limited when you start to max out on the weight. It's gonna be hard to hold. So for that reason, we're doing it in B tier. Yeah, other plates could still be used. I'm not gonna be super picky. Next up, this is very interesting. So it's a preacher curl pad. I believe AbMat has their own and maybe others now. It's very, very cheap. This is budget friendly for those of you who do not want the big space consumed by a standalone preacher curl bench. This is very light as well. Like you could carry this with one finger using that yellow strap. I like how it feels with dumbbell. So single arm dumbbell preacher curls. That's a mouthful. That feels good. You could do hammer curls. You could do normal supinated grip positions. I set it up with an easy bar as well. And that gives me the most bang for my buck. It feels like it's the most effective for building my arms right now because I am specializing arms at the moment. I'm on the road to like 17 inches, guys. I want to get big arms. Who doesn't? But yeah, this has been the essential piece, and very versatile, easy to store. Most of the time when you're a home gym owner, you have to think about storage, not only the features, but after you use it, where do you put it? So I don't really like the preacher curl benches that attaches to a bench, because where do you put it after? I have no idea, right? I don't have space. My home gym is like a bedroom. It's smaller than a master's bedroom in the US, for context. That being said, I'm very happy with this machine. I mean, not machine, equipment. Very good piece. Even if I have to pay my own money to get this, I would 100%. Preacher curls are one of the best exercises that you can do for your biceps, hands down. It's my top 3, together with like incline curls and like traditional barbell curls. So we're putting this in daily drivers. Yeah, been using that every single week, 100%. I feel like this is a partner for it, because we have Easy Curl Bar next, and this is also from Ritfit. You can get many different brands. Everybody's doing this now. The thing with Easy Bar is very good on the joints, the wrist joints. Sometimes it's, you know, when we grip the straight barbell for barbell curls or even underhand rows, it's quite uncomfortable and sometimes even dangerous for the biceps. It might injure you, it might not if you're used to it. But for me, sometimes it alleviates wrist pain, forearm pain, especially like wear and tear on the joints. So that's a nice piece. I would put this in B tier just because I could live without them. They're a staple in muscle building as well. It's a good contraction you feel for your bicep curls, for your rows, especially underhand Yates row. The style is more upright. It's more of a middle back to shrug trap work than the lats. I especially recommend you guys try that. So it's a good piece. It could be the first to rotate though. It's not a daily driver. You could still use a straight barbell, again, if your wrist can handle it, or a dumbbell. So next up, we have the chrome dumbbells. So these are very important and I use them every single time. Not because of the actual chrome. That doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter to me. The fact is I have the small plates, like a set of 1 kg until 10 kg. So that goes hand in hand with my nuobell adjustable dumbbells. And the reason why I love them is because you can start warming up the smaller muscles, like the side delts, the forearms, even like the adductors, you know, like small muscles that needs to be warmed up still slowly and carefully so you prevent injuries. I also love the shape and how compact it is for some movements. I'd rather have that small dumbbell than a big plated dumbbell, even if it's, you know, slippery sometimes. And some would argue it gets like fingerprints, so just wipe it out. That's not really a big deal to me. Also, if my wife decides to work out, sometimes she does. This is her only starting point. She can't start with heavier dumbbells. So I usually recommend the lower setting of nuobells or the anchor, because the anchor starts at 5 pounds, or the chrome dumbbells. Yeah, I'm putting this in A tier, guys. Yeah, low A tier. All right. We have the leg extension leg curl by Ritfit. This isn't really the only leg curl attachment that you can get, leg curl, leg extension equipment. There are many right now, and of course, I don't know any other brands because I haven't tried them. I think, like I've seen a couple from Kinsey's, from Luke's Garage Gym, and it all looks nice. But honestly, guys, Ritfit's one's pretty good. I just went to a commercial gym yesterday, and it was really nice. But I could feel the same thing with the Ritfit, but that's probably like a third of the price. It's crazy. And one of my friends complimented this piece because when they went to my house and tried it, he's a tall dude. He's over 6 foot, and then he could go full range for both leg curl and leg extensions, which some of the commercial gym equipments cannot because of the fat leg roller pad they have, and also the weird back angle. So for this one, I'm gonna put A tier as well, because it's a staple. Every leg day, either I do a single leg extension, single leg curl, double leg extension. For bodybuilding, this is a great one. I'm not gonna accept anything less than this. Is it gonna be essential piece? No. But if we're talking about pure muscle building hypertrophy with little to no fatigue to your joints, to your back, it's gonna be up there. All right, next up, we have the adjustable bench by MBC Power. This is a stainless guide rail. This is a wide foot version. They have a compact version, but this is just more stable on an incline angle. It doesn't shake much. I love this bench. It's very grippy, it's very thick, but it's not really stiff. It's just a sweet spot. The pad gap is really, really narrow. It's almost non-existent. It's close to a zero gap bench, but it's half the price of the Rep. What was that? Blackwing? Yeah. And also the Rogue. It's half the price of that. But it's very stable. I wish you guys could access MBC Power. Maybe 2026 they're gonna think about, selling to the States. But hey, I'm always wanting to buy from the States. Now it's your turn. It's you guys that would want to buy this one. So anyway, adjustable benches in general, you could do a lot with them. If you pair it with a adjustable dumbbell, you could go all the way to 90% of your goal physique. It will get to 95% there. I swear, it's very versatile. You could do pulling movements, pressing movements, leg movements with it. If you go really budget, there are budget-friendly ones, but still durable. And yeah, you can't really go wrong with most of the adjustable benches nowadays because of the competition. The market is just really good right now, and the benefit is for the consumer, us, the consumer. So yeah, that's pretty good. We're definitely gonna put this in S tier. You couldn't pay me to get rid of my adjustable bench, because how else am I gonna do a flat barbell bench press without a bench? I just do it on a freaking table. Yeah. Next up, this is a wild one. Pretty rare. I don't see a lot of this one. This is called the deadlift sling rack from NGA. Maybe I've seen this one time in another country, maybe from Korea. What it is, it's just limiting your deadlift noise, the vibrations, and it's catching it before it reaches the floor. So your plates won't ever touch the floor. If you have wooden flooring, if you live in an apartment, if you have grumpy neighbors, your walls are thin, this is a must-have. And for Japan, everything has to be like respectful and quiet. Hence, this product came along. And I'm not really always using it, so I'm not gonna put it like super high up the ranking. But for its purpose and its price, I believe it's under 20,000 yen. How much is that in dollars? I'm not sure. Maybe $140, give or take. It's super good, especially if you're a power lifter or if you like the deadlift. The fact that it only can do row movements or hinge type movements, it will be limited. It's not as versatile as you would want if you're going for a home gym. But I was able to use this for deficit push-ups as well. I just hold on to those slings instead of a normal push-up bar. So yeah, it's pretty good. And I use this also for preacher curl setup. The way I do it is I put the easy bar curl lying on top of these, and then I set up the ritfit pad, and I go down on the floor too. It'll be hard to explain, but hopefully you guys see it in one of my YouTube shorts. But yeah, we're putting it in B tier. All right, guys, to me, this is a good tier list. It's not a lot of S tier. There's not a lot of A tier. It has to be a balance, because you can't put everything into a high tier, right? Now, we're going into the juicy part of the video. I don't know what time we're gonna finish this, by the way. So we are in the Mesa technique bar from Fitness. Pretty easy to explain. This is just like a normal barbell. This is for your technique, developing your muscular, the patterns, the movements, getting used to certain type of movement, like a bench press. If you haven't bench press in your life, if you're not athletic, you might hurt yourself from just using the normal 20 kg bar straight away. So this is, I believe, about 15 pounds, 7 kilograms. It's very light. It's also useful for beginner female lifters or young athletes. I bought this in hopes that my wife can use it more, but I didn't know she would find a work that's very busy a few months after, so she couldn't use this at all, and I'm too strong to use this. And honestly, if I ever want to try to use this bar for weightlifting techniques, I would have to change my entire style of lifting, because I love bodybuilding and maybe some big 3 power lifts here and every so often I put that, but pretty much I don't do weightlifting movements. So if I had known this is for like more weightlifting movement practice, I wouldn't buy it because it's quite expensive too. So I want to say C tier because I want to say I'm still using it, but I just used it one time for practicing JM presses, but I got really strong really quick. Like in 2 weeks time, I'm already over the weights. And the tolerance for this one isn't really good too. The maximum weight, I mean. So it might as well just switch to a normal barbell at that point. We're gonna put it in D tier. Let's hide that from the wife. And let's say we're still using that. Next up, resistance bands. You know what? Some people really like resistance bands because they're very compact. They're very light, and some even have attachments to resistance bands to unlock more movements. I personally don't use them at all, except for rehab or prehab work, warm-ups. I believe this is very, very much a staple for like power lifters because it changes the strength curve, it changes where the movement is hardest. But for bodybuilding work, it's just gonna be more confusing. It's already confusing as is because of all the science-based terms out there, like the tension, strength curve, moment arm, blah, blah, blah. This is just gonna add more confusion to the beginner lifter. So either you're stuck with the resistance bands and all you wanna do is like home workouts, you don't have the space or the money for it, for building a home gym. This is very cheap and you could still build some muscle for sure, because if your muscles are not used to tension, that's basically what they need to grow muscle and adapt. They just need mechanical tension. The problem is you're gonna hit a wall. You're gonna be too strong for some certain bands and too weak for the next band, and that's the problem there. As well as not all movements can be done with the bands too. I would say if you give me 2 choices, I would choose dumbbells over resistance bands. If you tell me to do bodyweight exercises plus some adjustable bench or a single barbell, I would still use those over the resistance bands. So I'm putting this in I'm still using it tier, because I'm still using it, just not often. Next up, we have the landmine attachment. So this is interesting because I bought this way back in hopes that it's gonna add a lot of versatility to my home gym. The fact is I rarely use them because like landmine rows, landmine presses, they're all, I don't know, they feel quite weird to me. It feels like it's not really working the muscles that I want to hit, as opposed to like a machine or cable or just free weights. When I got injured though, that's when my mind was open to it again. I was actually learning a lot of movements that involve landmine. And I was thankful that I have this attachment in my home gym. So just a tip for you guys, before you knock something down, you probably just don't know how to use them. You probably don't need them right now at this time, but then when they're when you get injured, or there comes a time where you need these types of equipment, it's nice to have, and it's not really that expensive. I can't remember at the top of my head, but it's not really that expensive. So for that reason, oh, one more thing, for T-bar rows, landmine T-bar rows, absolutely amazing exercise for the back, for the upper back, lats too. And it's just a nice tension curve. It mimics like the T-bar rows in the commercial gyms. If all you have is a bunch of barbell rows to do and dumbbell rows, I suggest you try a variation of the landmine T-bar row, and that'll get you more muscles for sure. We're putting it into B tier. All right, next up, leg rollers. So for leg rollers, not really, I can't say they're a bad piece in my home gym. I've used them a lot, especially for Bulgarian split squats. They're the best ones because I've always been doing it on a bench, a flat bench. It's always either too high or, I don't know, my foot is not comfortable. But using leg rollers, it's more comfortable, and I could go more like little by little increments because you can just put it on the holes of your power rack. I also use them for decline crunches. You could be smart with it. Put your adjustable bench on an incline, then put the leg rollers in your power rack. Just find the correct angle that you could hook your legs into the leg roller, and you'd be good to go. Yeah, what else do I do them for? Back extensions, DIY back extensions. You can use them if you have a lat pull down machine to hold you in place. I don't have a lat pull down machine. That's sad, I know. That's probably one of the pieces I'll get next year. But it's overall a great piece, not really expensive. The one that I got from Rep was kind of expensive. It's a good thing that they got me another piece for free because it was broken. The first one that I got was broken, and it still works with just like a super glue. But then they didn't want me to return that old one, so just sent me a new one. In the end, I got two things, so it's okay. It's still not gonna be the best one, so I'm gonna put it in low C tier, maybe high C tier. I'm still honestly using it. Yeah, it's just maybe not every week. All right, next up, we have the tricep rope. Tricep rope extensions are very versatile too. You could do it with face pulls, with, of course, tricep movements, press downs, extensions. And tricep extensions are one of the best movements you can do for muscle building for your tricep, long head. And sometimes I think the ball at the bottom of the rope, it depends on the material. Sometimes it's rubber, sometimes there's a nice foam. Mine was bad because it's the cheapest one I could find in Amazon. It's really a hard plastic, so my pinky is really sore right now whenever I go up on the tricep extensions. Whenever I go full on intensity set in there, I always find my fingers are painful the next day. So, but then again, they're a daily driver. Probably the attachments are all gonna be high ranked. I'm just gonna put it how I use it. So maybe, yeah, first to rotate seems okay because I'm not always using this tricep rope. Sometimes I switch it for the next one, which is the multi-grip bar from Rep Fitness. This is a nice one. It has a knurling that I like. Not aggressive, not really passive. It's just a good middle level. You could do bicep curl movements with it. You could do like rows if you like close grip rows. The same thing as the easy curl bar. It's just an attachment right now for the cable. So it's just another variation that you could add. But the fact that I always use this for overhead tricep extensions almost all the time, I'm gonna have to put this up in the list And for me, those feel the most comfortable, and I could engage and drive a lot of tension to the triceps and give a lot of effort. And that's ultimately the important thing when it comes to muscle building. So yeah, let's put this in A tier, but below, I'm put it higher than the leg extensions. At the moment I'm running, so I'm not doing a bunch of leg extension work because that's counterproductive for running. Next up for the attachments, and one of the last ones. Oh yeah, the last one. This is the V-bar by Cleva. Cleva built and a rep collaboration. Very nice knurling, very light. This is known for how light it is. This is one of the piece for the entire series. There's an Atlas multi-grip as well. There's a landmine for this. I wanted that landmine, but it is what it is. This is the only one that we can buy with our budget. It's a great piece. I usually do this for incline tricep pushdowns. So incline bench, you just lie down there and try to put the cable attachment above your head. As long as the cable is perpendicular to your forearm when you reach peak tension, you're doing the setup correctly. And it's my complementary exercise for the overhead tricep extensions along with some JM presses. This is going to be a good one. Basically, it's the same as a tricep push down. So I also use this for a traditional push down. I just do it in incline bench because I'm getting too strong and my abs is not keeping up. So again, A tier. I would put this lower than the multi-grip bar. All right, we're almost down to the last few, and I don't think I have the battery for the next 10 minutes, so let's keep this short. The next one, we have the PR5000 Power Rack, the half rack system by Rep Fitness. One of the golden pieces of my home gym. I'd be lying if I tell you that you don't need a power rack for your home gym. If you are doing it as a hobby, right now it feels more of like a collection to some people. Some people like me, it's a middle ground where I always use it. I train with it, my home gym. I love training, but I also like collecting and making it nice. It feels like, a home theater nowadays. I know it's weird. 2025 is weird. I take care of my power rack, but yeah, Anyway, for muscle building though, this is one of the staples. It's definitely top 3. One of the most recommended by people. Doesn't matter what their goals are. If it's powerlifting, hands down rack. If it's like a home gym nerd, power rack. Because it opens up so many things for your home gym. This is like the middle, it's like a heart of your home gym. And then the attachments that go with it are your limbs, your toes, your fingers. Think of this as the base of your pyramid, and everything else on top is like adding to the height of your pyramid, but without the base, nothing really happens. You could still survive without it though, only if you have a barbell, an adjustable dumbbell, a adjustable bench, only those things. It's tricky too because you can't just recommend a power rack to a beginner as their first equipment because it always have to go with a barbell and a plate, right? Otherwise, you just have a big chunk of metal in your room. Anyway, if you can bundle it with something when you buy it, there's so many types of power racks out there. Half rack is what I recommend for everybody. Even though you have space, I would still suggest half rack because you could do everything that a full 4-post power rack can do, but you have more space now for other things. So a half rack is one of my staples. I'll put it on S tier. Absolutely, you couldn't pay me to get rid of my half rack right now unless you give me something better and more versatile than that. But at this point, I like the color. I like doing my barbell movements in that half rack system. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Next up, we have the plates. This is the urethane equalizer plate by Rep Fitness. It has a lot of holes in them. It looks good. Aesthetically, it looks good, it's like a pistols, you know, mag. And I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I know nothing about guns. Why did I use that reference? But look at that. It looks like a wheel with a bunch of holes. You think that you can hold it nicely, but it turns out if you have medium to a large size hand, it kind of gets in the way. So if you don't have this yet, if that's your purpose, you might want to check on the exact dimensions and watch a bunch of other reviewers talk about this issue. But anyway, the plate itself. All right, had to change location. It's getting too dark in there. So for the plates, to be realistic, am I using it every single workout? Yes. Does it give you maximum hypertrophy? I wouldn't say maximum or optimal. It gets the job done, absolutely. You could use it with barbells, dumbbells, anything that you would do for certain hypertrophy movements. The barbell and the plates are there for you. So absolutely, it's a goated piece. I wouldn't say you need this type of urethane plate. It's a nice to have. So if we're looking exactly what the product is, it's more durable. It'll last you more than your own lifetime. It's good for outdoor, for indoor, pretty much everything. So the actual weight plates itself has to be in the S tier. Okay, moving on, we have the NGA grips. This is magnetic. If this wasn't magnetic, I would put this like C tier or maybe even D tier, because I hate those things because you don't really know where to put them after or while you're loading the plates. It's just so annoying. Why not every single magnetic, why not all barbell collars go with a magnet? It's just easier, right? So to me, every time there is a magnet, it's already up in the high tiers. The fact that this is very light and it's very secure. The price is crazy. NGA, if you guys don't know, is a brand here in Japan, a local one. It's new. It's basically trying to not copy, but it's inspired by big brands in a way that the technology is about the same, but then the price is so much lower. So I do appreciate Uchino Gym for releasing this brand for me. Not for me, but accessible to me. You know what I mean? So anyway, I use this every single time. Maybe sometimes the ritfit stainless collars, you know, the ones that you have to twist to lock down. If I had like the Rogues or the Lockjaw, honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So it's always a nice piece to have more of these. So we'll see next year if we're gonna get more. But for now, it'll be in the daily driver. Next up, we have the X-Master urethane plates. The grip plates. X-Master is one of the leading companies for providing the actual plates for other brands out there. It's if you think it looks the same as your other brand weight plates, it probably means X-Master Fitness was the one to manufacture them for them. And you know, like they're new to the home gym space as the home gym equipment, but they've been here a while for providing these pieces to the brands out there. So when it comes to durability, they already know what they're doing. They're innovating a lot when it comes to how thin their plates are. The tolerance is much better than the Rep Fitness. It's really, really comfortable to hold. I like it better than the Rep Fitness plate when it comes to picking it up, unloading and loading the plates. It's very quiet if it slams on the floor. But then again, I rarely have to do that because I have the deadlift sling rack. But it's just overall a nice feel. I don't know about their brand name though, because if you're not careful, I don't know. That's another thing. If you're not careful Googling that, good luck. But I have to put this over there, higher than the Rep Fitness's one. because I always get the X Master. I find myself always getting that over everything else. Next, we have the Cerakote short sleeve barbell. This is a power bar by Gymway. Was it Gymway? Yeah, I think it's Gymway. So Gymway is a Chinese brand. I feel like they're an Olympic brand. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they're already pretty well known when it comes to making barbells, like Olympic barbells, weightlifting, powerlifting barbells, and MBC Power also sells them. It's the first major investment that I bought because it's very expensive. It's more than the price of the nuobells. So before the power rack came, I had to buy this one too. Yeah, and at first I was skeptical, but after that, after I felt the knurling was very comfortable, the sleeves, they barely rust at all. It's like after you wipe it and then you oil it, just a bit of maintenance is good enough. Until now, it's good because it's Cerakote. It will last you a long time. Very durable. I'm not strong enough to even bend this power bar. So if you're a beginner, intermediate lifter, don't think twice about the barbells nowadays. If the price point is above like $300 or so, it's a pretty good stable bench for you. So yeah, everything that we do in a hypertrophy sense for free weight, if we can do it with a barbell, you could do it with a dumbbell. A lot of things to do for the presses, for the pull movements, leg movements like squats, deadlifts. It's an absolutely great piece of equipment to have in your home gym. Some people collect like 9 different bars. I'm not gonna do that because for me, if it serves a specific piece, why not? Why would you get another one? It's just for collecting. I'm not hating on it. I'm not judging that because again, I said I'm collecting nice pieces for my home gym as well. I just like to be in the middle. So low A tier for this. Actually, of course, it has to be above the plates, but it's kind of like a bundle. All right, you guys. See, it's gonna be plates and then barbell, power rack. It's all up there. If I had to bump down one, it'll be barbells and plates because I could do a lot with dumbbells and adjustable bench. Okay, next up, it's not really an equipment. It's more like an apparel, but again, sometimes it helps us feel good whenever we have a good clothing. If ultimately it helps you be motivated and get into the gym, consistency is key. At the end of the day, you want something that'll make you feel like you're doing something and you're bettering yourself. Bettering, is that a word in English? I'm an English teacher, by the way. So this is the Notorious Lift Radix. It's a barefoot shoe. It's very good for the compound lifts or typical bodybuilding movements, free weight exercises. It's not gonna be as versatile as like CrossFit movements. You want a different shoe for that. But if you just want a stable barefoot training shoe, this is a wide foot, so it's gonna be healthier for your feet to splay and spread when you're doing squats. You're gonna feel more stable. I can't stress enough how healthy barefoot shoes are for you. Just a caveat, you have to ease into it and don't just buy one and then wear it every single day because that'll mess up your calves and it'll strain your ankles too. So I don't wear it every single day though because I live in a Japanese home. We don't put shoes inside the house. That'll be a disaster. My wife would be super angry. That is a chaotic moment. So my home gym is clean. I just wipe it like with wet wipes now and then and like just vacuum dust. But because there's no dirt coming in the home gym, you don't have to wear shoes. You wear it for stability, that's all. And maybe if you like how you look in the mirror. It's not a daily driver, so I'll put it in here, B tier. First to rotate, first to go. I can live without the shoe. Next up, we have the same as a Versa Grips. If you guys know that, it's just a lifting strap. A lifting strap is there to help you limit the muscle building, make it as much as possible, go towards what you're actually aiming for. I don't know what I just said, if it makes sense, but for example, if you're training hamstrings and you're doing RDLs and it's getting heavier, as soon as your grip feels a little bit like tired, you want to quit the movement, and that'll mess up your mind, that'll mess up your setup. Ultimately, you didn't push your hamstrings that much. So it's not an ego thing. To wear lifting straps doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means you're prioritizing a muscle at a different time. Now, forearms are important. Train your grip strength, train your forearms in a separate day. I like to train them with the arms, so I won't use these grips on arm day. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in low A tier because I'm using it almost every single time with pulling movements, back and legs. Daily drivers for sure. Last but not least, we have the Bose Sound Link. So this is tied into music in general. Do you like music when you're lifting? What do you guys think? I personally don't really think music is the go-to when it comes to lifting in your home gym. I think it's overrated at times because it gives you a sense of, it's a false motivation, kind of like caffeine does to our body. That's a little bit of, it's a weird take, I know, but I don't usually enjoy music, especially if I get bored with the same type of genre. I find myself sometimes like I'm tired of every single song in my playlist, so I just want to be quiet and then lift. I just lift in complete silence, or I listen to a podcast or a YouTube video, like the YouTube reviews instead. So, but anyway, this is gonna be same as the shoe. If it helps you be consistent, if it drives up your motivation, you feel hyped on a certain lift, then by all means use the music. So this speaker is really good. It's small, but it's very loud. It can go as loud as it can go very loud that my neighbors will be very angry at me. So usually it's like at 50% in my home gym when the window's open. Most of the time I wear earphone because I train in the morning though. So it's either no music with earphone. But if I'm alone in the house right now, like right now, if I train, I'll use this one and I don't need to worry about earphones falling over. Very good company. Bose is a staple for the sound quality. But again, I'm not gonna put that in a high tier list because who needs that? I'm just kidding, I do, I need that. So I'm still using that, maybe a high C tier. I don't know why I can't put this over. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Music over leg rollers. That's funny. C tier it is. All right, guys, that is it for the tier list. You can see my very top. Surprise, surprise, it'll be just your typical adjustable bench, dumbbells, power rack, barbell, and plates. It's like one of the basic ones that you get in the beginning, and then surprise, in the end, it's one of your most staple, even though you have a bunch of other things. It's funny like that. And yeah, all the way to at the bottom, we got the Mesa technique bar. Sorry about that rep. I feel like I should put more things in here, but it'll be weird because this is my most used equipment. So I don't have anything on this bottom tier list because I won't use it, right? Yeah. Anyway, that is it for the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and hope you guys enjoyed. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.